Today on Inquirer, Department of Tourism terminates contract with ad firm behind the controversial tourism video. Commission on Audit flags Office of the Vice President. COA report says fast-tracking of OVP satellite offices led to disregard of procurement rules. MRT-3 files fare increase petition. And Obiena qualifies for the Paris Olympics. Good evening. The Department of Tourism announces it will terminate its contract with DDB Philippines, the department's partner advertising firm, which used stock footage from other countries in a tourism promotional video for the Philippines. In a statement, the DOT expressed their outrage and extreme disappointment with the use of non-original clips from foreign countries in the promotional video. The company that created the video, DDB Philippines, earlier apologized after the First Love the Philippines tourism promotion video received flack from locals. Netizens pointed out that the video contained stock footage from Thailand, Indonesia, and the United Arab Emirates. According to the DOT, it will push through with termination proceedings against its contract with DDB. The department adds that it has not paid DDB for the promotion video. While the agency had not explicitly stated whether it would reassess the new tourism slogan, the DOT assures the public that it would remain fully committed to developing and promoting the Philippines. President Bongbong Marcos underscores the Philippine Air Force's role in guarding the country's territory amid geopolitical challenges, saying its maritime air patrols are essential. In a speech, Marcos urges the Philippine Air Force to become resilient in view of what he called geopolitical challenges around the region.
The days ahead will not be easy and will demand every ounce of our strength and our resilience. The winds of change signal geopolitical challenges around our region and other parts of the world that as yet affect us.
In light of this, the Commander-in-Chief reiterates his commitment to strengthening the Philippine Air Force through the acquisitions under the Armed Forces of the Philippines Modernization Program. Marcos further emphasizes the importance of the Philippine Air Force in protecting the country's territory, especially in safeguarding our maritime zones. His statement comes amid continuing geopolitical tensions in the Asia-Pacific.
The Philippine Air Force Maritime Air Patrol missions are thus essential in upholding our territorial integrity and safeguarding Philippine maritime zones. May you also remain united in purpose, indomitable in spirit, and unwavering in your dedication to protect our beloved republic.
The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology says Mayon volcano situation is not improving but not deteriorating, saying it is like the volcano is in intensive care. In a radio interview, FIVOC's Mayon Volcano Observatory resident volcanologist Dr. Paul Alanis likened Mayon's situation to being in the intensive care unit, pointing out that some parameters recorded an increase, but some also showed a decrease. In its bulletin, FIVOC says it logged a total of 295 rockfall events and 3 volcanic earthquakes at Mayon Volcano from 5 a.m. of July 2 to 5 a.m. of July 3. 2 pyroclastic density currents and 2 lava front collapse pyroclastic density currents were also recorded. State volcanologists say the very slow effusion of lava flows stayed at 2.7 kilometers along Miisi Gully and 1.3 kilometers along Bonga Gully. Meanwhile, collapsed debris has deposited to 3.3 kilometers on both gullies and 4 kilometers along Basud Gully. The volcano had an increase of sulfur dioxide emission from 864 metric tons on July 1 to 962 metric tons on July 2. According to FIVOCs, Mayon remains at alert level 3 as the volcano continues its intensified unrest or magmatic unrest. The operator of the Metro Rail Transit Line 3 files a petition for a fare increase 2 weeks after the fare hike for the lighter rail transit lines 1 and 2 had been approved. The petition calls for a 2 peso and 29 centavo increase in a boarding fee and 21 centavos per kilometer. If approved, the train line's 11 peso boarding fee will increase to 13 pesos and 29 centavos. Meanwhile, its current distance fee may go up from 1 peso for every kilometer to 1 peso and 21 centavos per kilometer. No fare adjustment has been approved for the MRT-3 since 2015. The Commission on Audit says the Office of the Vice President failed to fully observe provisions in Government Procurement Reform Act when it immediately established satellite offices across the country. COA's annual audit report of OVP for 2022 shows that funds used to purchase plant, property, and equipment and semi-expendable equipment in their satellite offices came from its officers. They were eventually reimbursed by the government. However, even if a quotation was provided so that the lowest price was obtained, COA says the OVP still did not adhere to the law's goal of improving transparency. COA says it has asked OVP to stop the practice of doing transactions that eventually leads to reimbursement as it defeats the purpose of the procurement reform law. When they asked why OVP resorted to the use of its officers' personal funds, the office answered they wanted to expand their services provided by OVP immediately. As stated by COA, OVP admitted it went on this route because of the time constraints provided by the law. But the OVP vowed to process all transactions following the Government Procurement Reform Act moving forward. Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development Secretary Jose Rizalino Acuzar says over 100,000 housing units will be available next year under the government's housing program. The projected number, however, is a mere 10% of the government's yearly target of 1 million units. Asked if the government is still on track to reach its target of 6 million housing units by the end of President Bongbong Marcos' term, Acuzar replied, almost.
Almost, kasi alam niyo po, bago yan eh. So medyo yung approach natin medyo matagal eh. Kasi nga bago ang sistema. So una lang matagal na. Pero pag natutunan na po ng LGU, natutunan ng contractor, natutunan na po ng mga bangko, mabilis na po yan. Kasi sanay na. Pero since bago, medyo sa umpisa medyo mabagal. Pero in a year time, next year, mabilis na lahat yan.
A new way for the Pambansang Pabahay para sa Filipino Housing Program, his administration's flagship housing program.
Ang ginawa po ni Presidente Marcos dito, nagbigay po siya ng interest subsidy para makuha namin yung private funds. Kasi pag private funds ang ginamit natin, maraming pondo yan. Kamukha na ginagawa ng mga developers, nakikita niyo po nagtatayo yung mga building, private funds po lahat yan.
Local oil firms announced they would slash the pump prices of petroleum products by up to 85 centavos per liter effective Tuesday, July 4. The prices of gasoline and diesel would both decline by 70 centavos per liter, while the price of kerosene would be cut by 85 centavos per liter. Last week, oil companies raised the price of petroleum products by up to 1 peso and 25 centavos per liter. Obiena becomes the first Filipino to punch a ticket to the 2024 Olympics after clearing the Olympic standard at the Bauhaus Galan in Stockholm, Sweden. Obiena hurdled the 8 of 5.82 meters on his second attempt just a day after the start of the Olympic qualification season. He eventually captured the silver medal behind world champion Armand Duplantis, ruled the meet with a 6.05 meter jump. Obiena pushed it up to 5.95 but was unable to conquer the elevation after duplicating the feat he accomplished prior to the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. Back then, Obiena also became the first Filipino qualifier to the Olympics before the Tokyo Summer Games was postponed for a year due to the pandemic. Alamin naman natin na mainit na balita sa mundo ng showbiz kasama si Irvin Santiago ng Bandera. Irvin?
Hi Neil at sa lahat ng mga kabandera natin all over the universe. Ito na nga ang latest Bandera Chika. Inatake rin ng kalungkutan ang kapusok comedy genius na si Michael V nang mamaalam ang iconic trio na sina Tito Vic and Joey sa Itbulaga. Isa si Bitoy sa mga matatawag na original at legit dabarkads dahil ilang taon din siyang naging bahagi ng longest running noontime show sa Pilipinas. Pero sang-ayon siya sa mga nagsasabing sa nangyayaring bakbakan ngayon ng mga noontime show sa bansa, ang winner talaga ay ang mga manonood dahil nadagdagan pa ang kanilang pagpipiliang programa tuwing tanghali. Muli ring ipinagdiinan ni Bitoy na walang offer ang Tape Incorporated sa kanya para maging regular host ng Itbulaga sa GMA7 at fake news nga ang naglabasang balita na tinanggihan niya ang alok ng pamilya Haloshos. At kung magkakaroon nga ng offer, baka raw hindi rin niya ito matatanggap dahil nakafocus siya ngayon sa dalawang programa niya sa GMA, ang Pepito Manaloto at ang bagong version ng Bubblegum. Ngunit sinabi rin ni Michael V na posibleng maging bahagi rin siya ng Itbulaga ni na Paulo Contis, Betong Sumaya at Buboy Villar pagdating ng tamang panahon.
For several years, naging part ako ng Itbulaga. And ang unang naramdaman ko is lungkot na kailangan umabot dito. But I think it was inevitable for TVJ and Tate na dumaan dun sa crossroad na yun and finally ito separate ways. I'm pretty sure magiging successful pareho yan. Also, in addition to that, may showtime pa. So, kagaya ng sinasabi nila, panalo yung audience. Sobrang swerte. Sobrang swerte ng mga televiewers ngayon. At dami nilang pagpipilian.
At yan ang Bandera Chika natin today. Thanks Neil!
Maraming salamat, Irvin, and these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.